You ever just feel like you need to hit pause on life? You know, just step away from all the noise for a second and find some real clarity? Well, today we're diving into this incredible ancient text that gives us a blueprint for exactly that, a powerful 24-hour spiritual reset. So our guide for this whole thing is a text called the Sutra on the 8 Precepts of Fasting. Now, this is a direct teaching from the Buddha. And what's amazing is how this ancient practice is just so surprisingly relevant for our lives today. And like a lot of these classic sutras, it kicks off with these timeless words, "Thus have I heard." It's more than just an opening line. It's an invitation. It's asking us to listen in, as if we were sitting right there, hearing this teaching for the very first time. And this brings us right to the heart of the whole practice. It's a challenge, it's an experiment, and it's an invitation, all wrapped into one simple question. What would it actually be like to live out the highest spiritual ideals, not for your whole life, but just for one day? Okay, so the sutra sets the scene for us. Picture this. The Buddha is in the garden at Śrāvastī, this famous retreat, and he's surrounded by his followers. And he's about to share something special, a path to really immense spiritual merit that, and this is the key, anyone can try. What's so incredible about this teaching is who it's for. This is not some complex discipline only for monks living in a monastery. Nope. The Buddha offers this practice directly to lay people, to faithful sons and daughters, which means people like us, living in the world with jobs, families, all of our responsibilities. It's this beautiful recognition that you don't have to escape the world to find profound peace right inside of it. So, what's the actual goal of this practice? Well, for 24 hours, the idea is to try and emulate a type of person known as an arahant. An arahant is a fully awakened being. In Buddhist thinking, this is someone who has reached the absolute pinnacle of the spiritual path. They've completely purified their mind. They live in this state of deep peace and wisdom. You can think of them as the gold standard, the ultimate role model for this practice. And this is where the genius of the practice really shines. See, an arhat's perfection is a lifelong state of being. That's the destination. For us, this 24-hour practice, that's the path. It's not about becoming an arhat overnight, of course not. It's about walking in their footsteps for just a day to get a little taste of that clarity and peace. All right, so how do we actually walk this path? We do it through 8 specific precepts. These are the practical, concrete steps that give structure to our 24-hour spiritual reset. The first 5 precepts are all about refining how we act in the world, basically mirroring how an arhat lives. So for one day, you'll make a vow to protect all life, to only take what's given, to set aside sensual things, to speak only the truth, and to keep your mind totally clear of intoxicants. And notice, every no here is really a yes to something positive. It's a yes to compassion, to contentment, clarity, truth, and awareness. The final 3 precepts, these are all about simplifying our external world so we can quiet our internal one. So you'll only eat between dawn and noon, you'll avoid really luxurious comforts, and you'll step away from entertainment and personal adornments. These aren't supposed to be punishments. They're just tools to cut down on distraction and turn our attention inward, away from all the constant stimulation of our daily lives. Okay, so you've done it. You've lived like an arahant for a day. What's the result? Well, the sutra gives us this incredibly powerful metaphor to explain just how big of an impact this practice can have. Yeah, this is the crucial point, right? What do we actually gain from all this effort? The Buddha's answer doesn't point to money or fame, but to something way, way more profound. He asks us to imagine 5 of ancient India's greatest rivers. Just picture the enormous, unbelievable volume of water in the Ganges, the Yamuna, the Indus, all of them flowing together into the vast, boundless ocean. And then the Buddha says that the spiritual merit, that positive inner transformation that you gain from following these 8 precepts for just one day and one night is like all the water in those 5 great rivers combined. It is so vast, so immense, that it cannot be measured. So how can we take this ancient teaching and actually apply it to our modern lives? I mean, a world of nonstop notifications and distractions. At its core, this practice is a self-guided 24-hour mindfulness retreat. It's a structured way to unplug, to simplify, and to detox, not just from technology, but from our own habits, our patterns of consuming, speaking, and thinking. It's really a powerful tool for finding a center of peace in our often chaotic lives. And that leaves us with a final question to really think about. What might you discover if you gave yourself this gift? How might stepping away from your normal routine for just 24 hours change your perspective when you step back into it? Ultimately, this practice reminds us of a really profound truth, and it's captured so beautifully in this quote from our source's sponsor. One day might seem small, right? Like a single drop of water, but consistent, mindful effort, drop by drop, can gradually fill the largest vessel, transforming our lives in ways we might never have even thought possible.